Hello friends, my name is Melanie and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very special guest with me. This is Miss Strawberry. This is actually my coworker's dog. I'm puppy sitting for the week, and I thought it would be very appropriate because this week I'm going to be doing the barking about books tag. She's still teething, so she's still very nippy. She's a mini Australian Shepherd and she's only 5 months old, and I've known her since she was a baby, like little baby. She'll be joining me, probably just hanging out for the Barkin Bout books tag. So this tag was actually created as an original tag by Erick over at Breakeven books, and he did this in memory of his dog Max. So I'm sending him a lot of love because I can imagine how difficult it must be to lose a dog, but I love that this is how he decided to commemorate Max's life. And I haven't seen any of the Barking About book tag videos. Oh, are you done? What are you looking at? I haven't seen any of the Barking About book tag videos. I haven't seen any of the questions, so I'm going into this completely blind for that exact reason. So the first question is, I've got a bone to pick with you. Name a book that was good until it wasn't. So you were enjoying it and then it ended up disappointing you. And I have to say, for me, that was God's Grave by J. Kristoff. I actually, and she's playing with my feet right now, I have to. So I actually was reading this book, and from the get-go, I knew something was like a little bit off. I love Nevernight so much that I bought Nevernight and God's Grave with the intention of loving it, and I didn't. I was really disappointed by how much I didn't like God's Grave, so much so that I had to DNF it. The next question is, welcome home. Name a book or series that gives you the warm feelings of home. For this, I feel like I have a few, but I have to go with like my go-to answer, and you know, Amanda's gonna be really proud of me because it's Scaraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't think I've reread a book or a series more than I've read this one, and honestly it's one of those that like kind of surprised me when I first read it, but it became an instant favorite. Scaraval definitely stepped up to the hype for me, and I know that I can reread this book and still fall in love with the world and the magic every single time. You guys saw I featured it in my I read 1-star reviews of my favorite books, and although I can justify some of the reasons, it's still going to be the book that feels like home. The next is Ruffin It. Name a book that has a journey or travel element to this, and I kind of have to give this to The Lord of the Rings, only because he literally says, I'm going on an adventure. Well, okay, that's The Hobbit, but The Lord of the Rings itself is such a journey, and the movies were done so well. She is running around looking for everyone right now. The movies were done so well. They were really long, but I had a lot of fun with them. I had a lot of fun with the audiobooks. I think the audiobooks were definitely one of my favorites. Oh, he's being so cute right now. But I really enjoyed the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I had a lot of fun with it, and it honestly was one of my favorite series that I got the chance to read this year. Okay, the next question is, marking your territory. Name a book or series that you will always stand by no matter what. And I don't want to repeat an answer because y'all know it would be Caraval. However, I'm going to give this to kind of an OG favorite of mine, and it was the book series that got me back into reading. It's going to be A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. That is like the one book series that I know objectively probably isn't the best thing in the entire world. Oh, you're so cute. I can't ignore you. I can't. So I know this is the view that you guys are seeing, but this is what I'm seeing. Just a little strawberry. Why turn into strawberry? I feel like this was like really perfect timing in terms of me filming, but I know objectively A Court of Thorns and Roses probably isn't the best book series in the entire world, and you know, it probably isn't going to be the best book in the world when the 4th book, A Court of something and something, I don't even know what it's called, I just know it doesn't rhyme right, or like it's not like Akafast, right? It's not I was about to say it's not an ass, but it kind of, you know, doesn't really sit well with me, but you know what, I'm always gonna stand by it. It's always gonna be a favorite. You can't do much about it. The next one is called Diggin Holes, a book that had some hidden secrets or had a big plot twist uncovered. I don't know what. I feel like I don't read a ton of mysteries, so this one's kind of difficult for me, or like a lot of books that have like really intense plot. Oh my god, Nevernight. Nevernight had a really good plot twist at the she just bit me! Strawberry! Nevernight though did have a really good twist at the end, and it was just I was so caught off guard by how that plot twist got me. I was like absolutely baffled. My brain can't wrap around the fact that it was so, like, it just hit so hard, and I think J. Kristoff did that perfectly, which led to a great, you know, expectation of book 2. Book 2 did not sell for me. Moving forward, Stand By Me. Name a book or series that portrayed a very loyal friendship between its characters. So I don't know how loyal I would call them in terms of seeing the, like, I've only read book 1 and the prequel story, but I have to say that the characters in the Bone season are like loyal to each other, but not necessarily because they want to be, but because they kind of have to be. And I have a great appreciation for how Samantha Shannon writes the complexities of this. I do have to read the Bone season again this year in order to continue with the series, because that is one that I really want to finish. I mean, I own all 3 books. I think that the loyalty aspect that goes into the characters in the Bone season, and I'm hoping the rest of the series, is one that continues in the way that I like it to. The next is called Tug of War, a book you have very mixed feelings about. Now I feel like Nevernight and God's Grave can kind of get this answer. However, at the moment, it's probably going to be like Lovers Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie, I believe. This was such a weird book to continue, and it's such a weird series, and it's one of those like really lengthy adult romance series that I just don't think these books are for me. But when I do read them, I have a lot of fun with them. But at the same time, I'm like, did I really need to read that? Am I like actually invested in these people's lives? And I kind of am, but I also acknowledge them as like not being as great as they could be. But also I question myself every time I read them, but I also have a really good time reading. You know, it's this like endless cycle of like, why am I doing this to myself? But also I'm interested. But yeah, that was definitely a book series that I was like so confused about, like, but loved. But yeah, moving forward. Oh, it's actually the final question. Treats, a book that you are super excited about and will reward yourself by reading it. So I do feel like I have a few. The first one I would have to say is the sequel to This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada, which is This Cruel Design, I believe. This Mortal Coil was so good. It was so, oh my gosh, it was so good, and I want to reread it, but also I just read it, so like I don't need to reread it. Like, I remember everything and I have all of the notes in my phone. That was actually a buddy read that I had so much fun with, so I need to continue the series. But also it's on my like book cart back here, but The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue just came out this month and I bought it and I still haven't read it, so I definitely need to do that. But those are 2 books that I feel 100% certain about the fact that I'm going to love, and I'm just really looking forward to actually getting to them. So I know that a bunch of people have already done this book tag, and this is the time where I would go to tag people, but looking at Erick's list of people that he tagged, he tagged a lot of people. But I am going to tag Amanda at Books by Amanda. I'm going to tag Deja over at Deja's Book World, and Samantha over at Samantha and Her Book. So to the 3 of you, you're tagged. I hope you have a good time. I had a lot of fun doing this video, and surprisingly, answers came to me a lot faster than I was expecting to, which is something that I find I have to kind of prep for when it comes to tags, but that is the #1 reason why I wanted to go into this completely blind. And of course, my neighbor's dog is barking. Strawberry, come here. Come here. Come. Yes. Good girl. So that is it for today's video. I hope all of you enjoyed some strawberry content, and she's spazzing out again. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, I'll catch you soon. I love you. Shrub. What? Why are you crying? What is it? What?